Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Today before I start, as you're probably aware, or you might be aware, I don't review dress watches all that often. But I'm glad I said that, I agreed to review this one from Söner Watches, based in Sweden, I think. Anyway, so I'm having a look at this. This is it's part of their City Collection. There's two versions of it, the Nostalgia and Amorous. And I'll go into more detail of that in a minute. So, there's quite a lot to cover today, so without further ado, play the intro. Right guys, the Söner City Collection. You have the Söner Nostalgia, which is the quartz version, and you have the Söner Amorous, which is the automatic version. The one I've got here today is the quartz version, which I did ask for the automatic, but hey ho. There is quite a few differences between the two. Mainly the dial, but I'll get into that later. As I say, there's quite a lot to cover, so let's get into it. Right, they're actually going to be launching on Kickstarter on the 29th of February, so what, a couple of weeks away yet. Before I go any further though, what I'm going to say is I'm actually quite glad that I got this in for review, because it has actually took me by surprise, and it has made me realise that I should review dress watches more often, because I do like this. I would still like the automatic, and to be honest, if they did send me the automatic when it does become available, I'd probably do another video on it, because there's only so much. But I'm going to tell you about both versions in this video. But obviously I'd like hands-on with the automatic to give it, you know, a more detailed insight. Ideally, I would have liked the quartz and the automatic here for the same video, but hey ho. Right, prices. The price of the quartz version, this one, at $255. The price of the automatic starting from $335, and that's 50% off the retail costs. So you're saving a lot of money basically when it launches in Kickstarter on the 29th of February. Well, before I go any further, link in the description, it goes to my website, and there's a landing page for this. Now I put a lot of work in to the landing page for this collection, so I would appreciate if you go over there and have a look, because I put a lot of detail, all the specs for both watches. It took me hours to do all the images, so I would appreciate if you go and have a look. If you're interested in this watch, certainly go and check out all the details. This video will also be embedded in that page further down. All the specs are right at the top of the page like I normally do, so it's easy to find. You don't have to scroll for weeks through the landing page to find the stuff that you're looking for. And I think that's important as a consumer, because first and foremost, I'm a customer as well. And I hate going to websites and you've got to look forever, man, try to find just one. Say you're trying to look for lug to lug measurement, you could spend ages trying to read through it or try to find it. Anyway, I'm just bumping my gums again. Right, I'm going to show you the packaging. Nice little pouchy thing, and this is like really soft, aged. I mean, this just this on its own is like probably quite expensive actually for them to make. I mean, it's nothing amazing inside, but it's the quality of the leather. It's really nice, and that being put, you know, the logo and all that, it's really nice. It feels expensive. Obviously inside you get the watch warranty card. That's all you need. But I just sort of show you that anyway before we get into the watch. I'll put that over there. Right, this is, as I say, the quartz version. Let me zoom in a bit. So with the quartz version, I think it's a good idea that there's no seconds hand on this. There is a seconds hand on the automatic because it's a smooth sweep, 4 hertz movement in the automatic. I'll get into that later. But this is just a two-hander. Now, where these watches come into their own, and it really took me by surprise because, as I say, it took me a while to do the landing page, and I was struggling to get all the information that I could because it was split. All the details that I was sent, it was split over like 3 emails. I had a PDF, I had various attachments, and I was trying to put it all together, and I was also speaking to him on Instagram and that as well, so I was trying to take information off of that. But anyway, I'm just talking a lot of shit as per usual. Aye, but I'm impressed with this. Alright, so I'll just leave that there. In fact, what I'll do is I'll zoom out a wee bit so I can put all the stats in that on the left. Right, I've done the prices. Right, the Söner City Collection. Right, I'm going to give you the dimensions of this one, the quartz. And I'm no 100%, I'm pretty sure, excuse me, I'm pretty sure the measurements are going to be kind of the same for the automatic, but maybe a wee bit thicker, I don't know. As I say, I don't have the automatic here. So, I'll give you the dimensions of this. The quartz. I mean, in the pictures they look pretty much identical. Right, case diameter, 28 millimeters. Has a total thickness of 7.2 millimeters. Lug to lug, 39.8 mil. And the watch has a 20 mil lug width, which is a good call. You'll be able to put your own straps on and everything else. The total weight of this one, the Nostalgia quartz, including the leather strap, is only 46 grams. I'm pretty sure the automatic would be slightly heavier, but not by much. Maybe the a bit more thicker, I don't know. Anyway, right. Movement wise, on this Nostalgia quartz version, we have the ETA, Swiss-made obviously, ETA 901.001 quartz, 3 joules, and it has an 11-year battery. The movement of the automatic, the Amorous, is Swiss-made Solita SW100A, 28,800 vibrations an hour, as I mentioned, the 4 hertz, hackable, self-winding, 38-hour power reserve, and the automatic version also has a date at 3, with a seconds hand, as I said earlier as well. Right, the case itself, depending on what version you get, because I'll go into all the different versions later on once I get to that bit, it can either be brushed or polished, 316L stainless steel. There's also a brushed gold version, and each and every single one of them also has a hardness coating of 800 on the Vickers scale. I wasn't expecting that, because I didn't actually see that until later on. The straps, now this is another good point. The straps on these are fantastic. Not just for the quality, but for the options that you get. Now, they're available in 2 sizes. So when you do order this, you're going to get a strap that actually fits your wrist. 2 sizes, under 20 centimetres or over 20 centimetres. Your wrist size, I mean. This one I've got here fits me perfectly. Obviously, my wrist size, I can't remember what it is in blooming centimetres, but I've got the one under 20 centimetres. And it does, it fits me perfect. So if you've got a slightly bigger wrist than I have, obviously you opt for the bigger one. Just depends what your wrist size is. So it's not going to look like there's no stupid, I'll show you a wrist shot later. There's no like stupid flappy bit or, you know, excess material at the top. So that's good, and I'm really impressed with the straps. Not only that, there's various colours as well. There's black or brown leather, but there's different versions of it. You can have like crocodile leather. Personally, I'm not a fan of crocodile leather. I think it makes a watch look cheap, because crocodile leather, at first glance you look at it and yeah, it looks a bit plasticky. So I said, didn't send me that. So they sent me the brown leather, and it's lovely. Really soft. Quick release as well, by the way. So you could swap it out. Personally, I wouldn't swap it out, because I think, I mean, normally when I get a watch in and it comes on a 2-piece strap, I whip the original strap off and put my own on. But I'd happily wear this with the supply strap. I think it's brilliant. Really nice. I never gave you a close-up of the case. This is the brush version. And it's very nice. Nice undercut on the bottom of it as well. I mean, this, what's the thickness of this again? 7.2 mil. This is the thinnest watch I've ever had in for review. And they even, there's a lot of detail on this. At first glance you think, oh, it's quite boring, because that was my initial impression. But see, when you get it in hand and you look at the detail on it, it's really nice. I don't have my third light, by the way, so I apologise for the lighting in this, but I'll do my best to show you. Really nice finishing, nice brush, and as I say, what is it? Brushed off polish 316L stainless steel. This is available in, or the brushed gold with the hardness coating and all that. I mean, this is going to look exactly as it is now. Pristine. It's going to look pristine in 5 years' time because of the hardness coating. Unless you start hitting it with a hammer or something, you know what I mean? Right, case back. I mean, before I show you that, look at the case profile. Look how much curvature it's on that. It's excellent. It's really nicely done, and you can see that even more on the case back. See how the case back is curved? That's really nice. And obviously it's signed. It's got a unique serial number on it. 5 Atmos Sapphire Swiss movement. The crown is quite small, but it is fitting to this style of watch. It's push-pull, by the way. And signed as well. I would have liked to have seen that just a bit bigger, because it is quite fiddly. But I mean, this is the quartz version. You set it once and that's you. Maybe change it or adjust it in maybe 6 months' time or whatever. But that's the only time you're going to use it. I keep forgetting this is quartz, and sometimes I go in my watch box, I can't be arsed setting a watch and all. Oh, just grab that, put that on. I do like this very much. I just wish they'd sent me the automatic. Because I like a seconds hand and I like a date. Right, anyway. The crystal dome sapphire. Basically curved to match the profile of the watch. It's essentially, it's no flat, but it's no like a top hat or beveled edge or double domed. Or, it's just, they call it domed because it's curved to match the exact profile of the case. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no a lot of distortion, or there's none, in fact. It's just a simple. It's no simple. It's quite complicated. I'm sure to get that perfectly. You know, the same profile as the case. Lovely jubbly. I do like this. I think I've said that. Right, the dial. The majority of the colourways are sunburst. I don't think the white one's sunburst, is it? I don't think so. It's quite glossy though, but I don't see like a sunburst effect on this white version. Obviously I asked for the white version because I'm a white dial slut. That's my new nickname, by the way, according to some of my viewers. I don't mind that. Call me anything you like. Thick-skinned. Right, aye. Printed logo, and this is for both versions. Printed logo, and the model name's printed, and it's simple branding. The only difference with automatic is the name at the bottom, the model name, and that's it. Dauphine hands, which are lovely. Perfectly in keeping with this style of watch. Applied. I think they're applied. Either applied indices or buttons. And it's all very nice. The logo is embossed, the actual logo itself, but the name of the brand is printed, as I mentioned. Oh. But trust me, it is embossed, and it does look nice. It certainly looks the part on wrist. Even my wife said, because normally I show her and I'll go, what do you think of that watch? Normally she'll be like, oh, it's alright. She's not really interested in watches, to be honest with you. But see, when I showed her this, she goes, oh, I like that. That's nice. Ah well, there you go. Water resistance, 50 metres. That's all you need, it's bare minimum. Especially for a dress watch. The case back, I've already showed you that. The crown, I've showed you that. Where to buy Kickstarter, as I said, launching the 29th of February. Now, this is another bonus. Warranty-wise, 10 years. I mean, you can't get any better than that. That's fantastic. You also get, there's a, like when you get the watch, there's also a 30-day return period. No questions asked if you want to return it, but you need to return it in the condition that you got it. And there's also 24/7 support, customer service. I mean, that's fantastic. It really is. Right, I'm going to run through the different colourways. I'll do the nostalgia quartz version first. Right, you have the Söner Nostalgia Paris, which is a white dial. Then you have the Monaco, which is like brushed gold case, brushed gold matching hands and baton hour markers. That's with a black dial. That's really nice. Then you have another brushed gold version, which is called the Chicago. It's a white dial, but with gold hour markers, gold case and all that as well. Then you have the Stockholm, which is a black dial with polished steel case, polished hands and indices. Then you have the New York, which is a green dial, a really nice green dial though, it's no ugly. Polished steel case, polished hands and other markers as well. Then you have the London, which is a brushed steel case, black dial, silver hands, blah blah blah. Then there's the final one of the quartz version, which is the Rome, which is a polished case and hands, indices and all that, and a very nice sunburst red dial. Gorgeous. That's all the quartz versions. Right, the automatic, we'll start with the Casablanca, and you'll see the differences on the dial, i.e. second hand, dated 3, it's all nice. Right, Casablanca, white dial, and it has a brushed gold case and hour markers, hands, etc. The next one is the Milan, which is a black dial, brushed gold case, gold hands and hour markers. Next one up is the Rio, which is a red dial, polished steel case and hands, etc. Then the one that I would like is the Vienna, which is the polished steel case, polished hands, polished hour markers, obviously dated 3 seconds hand. That would be my choice. But I wouldn't have it on the black strap, I would have the brown strap, like I've got here. Next one up is the Sydney, which is brushed steel case, black dial, silver hands and hour markers. Then we have the Tokyo, which is polished steel case and a green dial. Then the Barcelona, which is black dial, polished. I've already done that one. No, Barcelona. Polished steel case, black dial, silver hands. And I think that's everything. I'm just checking through all my notes and everything else, and I don't think I've missed anything out. What I'm going to say is, fantastic watch. $255 for the quartz, $335 for the automatic. Fantastic. Brilliant watch. Award wise, I'm actually going to give this a platinum award. That's how much I like it. And I'm no a fan of dress watches. I do like this one though. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.